good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Radio Works World. I am Casper Moodie, your Champions host, back here today. Although I missed last week's show due to some connectivity issues here while I am in France, I only have limited Wi-Fi. But nonetheless, I'm back here today just to tell you what life is about, what is awaiting for you outside once you make the change in your life to be the better person, whatever struggles you are facing with. In my case, the story that I'm leading to is my journey of weight loss, being a teenager, a young kid in school, being overweight, being shy around people, being shy around friends, going shopping with friends, going shopping with parents. Always an issue getting clothes. It's not nice being a 10-year-old and have to buy your clothes where the adults buy their clothes. You sort of hide in the aisles and just grab whatever you think is nice and you run off and go fit on, and you make a decision in life to put that all behind you and just look ahead. And I had the opportunity this last few days while I'm here in France. For those that don't know, I'm in Le Sizy, in the Alps in the France. I'm training here for the last 2 weeks, getting ready for World Champs in Australia, also racing here this weekend. And I just had the opportunity where I'm sitting now doing the show. I'm looking out on the Alps. I'm looking down the mountain. And there's so many opportunities in life, and you cannot waste time. You cannot let them pass. Yesterday, I put on my Facebook as well. I was cycling, and then I climbed a big climb. It was part of the Tour de France as well. And you get that feeling of satisfaction and achievement. While I was climbing, I had so much time to think. The climb was called Rosalind. For those that don't know, or that does know the Tour de France and whatever they do, the climbs. And it was amazing. I had to think back on, I didn't make the change. The climb was 20 kilometers long. I wouldn't even make the first 500 meters up that climb. And there I go, climb 20 kilometers, happy, enjoying it, fit, and just taking in everything. And life is so much different. I can't think of anything that you can throw to me, a challenge that I will not take on. And it was all made possible the day I made the change. And also the sacrifice that goes with it. There's a lot. You have to look at the way you live, the way you eat, the way you walk, the way you train, the way you talk. There's a lot of things involved in that. But as soon as you start making that first step into the new journey, path is endless, Marina. And I cannot explain or tell people enough out there what awaits once you feel better, you've reached your goal, you overcome fears, challenges that was on your path. And it's just one great, amazing feeling. Marina.
Good morning, Casper. I'm so excited to be here with you, and listening to you is almost like opening the gates into this behind the scenes life of an athlete, of a champion. And personally, I never met anyone like you, because there is nobody like you. And you realized that you are the one and only. And you are the one and only in 7.4 billions. Each one of our listeners is the one and only. And each one of our listeners got the chance to make small decisions, take small steps, and decide where they want to go next. And I know sometimes listeners could think, well, it's easy for you to say. You got already a healthy lifestyle. You know when you need to change what you are doing. You know how to how to create changes, and you know what is best for you. What do I know? And in response to that, I think you have a very good story when courage, determination, your talent, and being tough and being committed and believing that is possible brought you where you are. I think all these small daily decisions each one of us is making are part of the bigger picture. If you think that the little extra sweet or the little extra portion you are going to have is not going to count, you are in denial, because everything, absolutely every single decision you make regarding your eating habits, regarding the size of your meal, regarding the time you invest in yourself, exercising, being outdoors, or being on the treadmill, they're all small decisions, but they could make or break. And I know Winston Churchill said that attitude is a small thing that make a huge difference. So looking back into the last decade, you are still very young and you achieved so much. What do you think was the one thing that helped you understand it is you, is not the doctor, is not the family, is not the school, is not the government, is nobody else but you who could make the right decision right now to change something you don't want and start looking at life with a fresh pair of eyes. Start thinking that you have to take responsibility. You have to make such decision that will change the outcome.
Yes, Marina. It happened. It happened in high school. I've said it in previous shows. I've been on so many diets. Have seen so many doctors during my primary school and high school career, trying to help me, and sometimes it helped. But then, like I said, I started my prelim exams in grade 12. That's matric, and I just had to make this decision and make the change myself, and not rely on the doctors to go there every time. The people, the dietitians. I had to rely on support purely from family, and I had to take on it all by myself. And I knew that I had the knowledge of how to do it, and the decision to make it wasn't easy. Like you said, the extra portion of whatever you're eating, maybe it won't be make such a big difference in tomorrow, but yes, it will. Everything you put in your mouth adds up, healthy or unhealthy. Portion sizes is important, and the same goes for training. You can overtrain. There's no need to make the decision today to say tomorrow morning I'm waking up, I'm going to be a new person. I'm going to change the way I live. I'm going to just eat a minimal food, the right kind of food, and I'm going to be running 20 kilometers. You cannot start that big. It's small changes, Marina. You start day by day. A little changes. 5 minute walk here depends on your challenge. How big is your challenge? What do you want to achieve? In my case, when I started this weight loss journey, triathlon wasn't even close to being something I thought I'll be a professional in. I remember watching triathlon on TV, and I never imagined myself in a tri suit. I never imagined myself weighing under 70 kilograms, 68 kilograms, going from 104. I never imagined myself doing an endurance sport. I just imagined myself being a little smaller, being a little happier. But then I made the changes, and I got a lot smaller and a lot happier, and I've achieved a lot more. And there's no end to this road. It just carries on and carries on. And I've set new goals for myself. I had a goal, and I'm not shy to say it. 4 years ago, actually 5 years ago, I had a chat with my dad, and we made the decision to give up. I could give up everything to walk this journey and try and make the 2016 Olympics. Yes, where I sit now, I'm far off. I can't even think back that why did I set that as a goal? I'm not even close, but I am much closer than what was 4 years ago. And Rio is, yeah, I didn't make it by far, but I've improved so much, and I've set another goal for myself. And this goal, 27th of July, I can promise all our listeners, this is my goal. For the next 3 years, I'm going to be top 50 in the world in half Ironman. And I've set this goal for myself, and I'm going to reach it. I'm going to do everything possible to reach it. And that's where it comes down to the listeners. Set a goal for yourself. I don't say I failed on my first attempt. I just didn't make it, but it made me a better person. It set myself on a second goal. So I just don't give up. There's more things to achieve in life. So there's no need to give up. It's not easy at all. Make it. You can just goals, and you'll be surprised of what the body and the mind can do and achieve. The body and the mind is such a strong tool that got given to us. It's a talent. Make use of it, Marina.
Wow, Casper, I'm so overwhelmed with joy each time you tell us where you are and about your newfound freedom of spirit and professionally being so focused on achieving your next goal. And I congratulate you on behalf of our listeners for every single step of the way that you turn into a small or a big victory. But the point is that at some at some phase in your life, you are on the other side. At some parts in for a very good period of your life, you are still very young, so maybe half of your life or almost half of your life, you've been living a nightmare. You've been living with with the feeling that you are powerless, that you have no friends, nobody loves you, and you perhaps hated yourself. And everything changed the moment you decided that it is up to me to take on this challenge. And take on this challenge for you meant to turn that challenge into a huge opportunity and just just focus on what you want and realize that when you made that decision, it wasn't about somebody else. It was something you're doing for yourself. So when you replace the food with other sources of satisfaction, you realize how much is available out there, and now you are living the dream. So tell us, I'm sure our listener want to know how you manage to replace the immediate satisfaction coming from food with following a dream, turning the dream into a vision, and now living the dream. What what happened? You're very, very young, and it's just amazing how you manage to decide what is best for you.
Yes, Marina. Uh, like I said, during my school days, primary school, high school, being overweight, not being happy with myself, it left a mark in my life. Even nowadays, while you're training in the Alps, and in the evening we'll go walk, and then it will cross my mind: did I train enough today? Uh, I'm gonna have dinner now. Should I cut down a little bit on dinner? Things like that. That's not supposed to be a part of me. Uh, but like I said, being a youngster that I was, and the damage it made, I will for the rest of my life have this fear of being overweight again. Although I'm 100% sure, 100% committed that the life I'm living now, I will never go back to that. But yeah, it made a scar in my life, and what made me make that decision in high school, I knew that being in school was hard for me, facing people every day, uh, being around friends, and the challenges that were set every day. And I knew I'm going to be finishing school soon, and I'm going to be going out in the real world, meeting new people. And by being so scared already in school days, I knew that this adult world that they call it, the big world out there after school, there's going to be new challenges, new people, new things you have to meet, and it's going to be new challenges. And I knew I had to make the change to be a more positive person, going out and facing the real world out there. And that was actually what made me realize is that if I struggled so much in my school days, uh, uh, getting over or getting through everyday's challenges, how am I going to cope with the real world and the real challenges? Because things are different once you leave school. Yes, you still got your family, your friends, but you have to start thinking for yourself, doing things for yourself, making decisions for yourself, go out and work, and and people, I was shy, so you didn't know how the world is going to accept you, basically. So that made me scared at one stage, and that made me realize that I have to make a change to be a better person in the big world out there. And I chose sport and healthy living to change me. And with sport and healthy living comes a healthy diet, and that all just put together was the perfect package for me. And it took long, it took years, and I finally made it. And yeah, so basically for me, the eye opener was just that I knew that I'm going to be entering the big world out there, and it's going to be a big different scenery, different story than in my school days. You can't run home to your dad and your mom and say, "This kid today told me that I'm a roly poly, I'm a fatty, I'm a that." You have to face that by yourself. And if I didn't make the change, I would have dealt with those issues differently. It might have changed me into a bad person, maybe a fighter, or someone, a hater, someone that hates people, someone that doesn't want to get out because every time something bad's happened, you want to sort it out with violence. And I'm not that type of person. I don't like a fight. I don't like violence. So yes, that made me decide to change my life and be accepted out there and be a better person, and give me the freedom of living. And today, like I said, I'm sitting here, I'm looking out on the mountain, and I'm living life, and I'm happy every day I wake up. You still have challenges in your life, but challenges that you know you can overcome because you've overcome so many. And yeah, I'm just one happy athlete today, Marina.
Wow, Casper. A very famous athlete once said that success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. And I would say learning to be from the shy person, be a friendly person, from the frustrated person, be an open-minded person, be social, be an inspiration for others. And I know it's so much happening in your life now. So now you are in France. What's next?
Yes, Marina, I'm in La Cizé, in France. I've been training here. It's going almost 2 weeks now, and watching a bit of the Tour de France. And on tomorrow morning, we're leaving early to Alpe d'Huez. I'm going to be racing the triathlon Alpe d'Huez on Friday. But after this morning show, I'm off to Annecy, or what, I don't know how they pronounce it. Very nice town, close to where I am now. We're going to be doing an open water swim there in the lake and a cycle around the lake and just have an enjoyable day. And I'm flying back to South Africa on Sunday. Then I have 3 weeks preparation before I leave for Brisbane for World Champs. So yeah, very busy time, all training, trying to keep focused, get strong, be healthy and injury free. And I actually have some other good news that I want to share, and a challenge that I'm going to take up. Do you think this is the right place to announce it,
I
Marina?
think it's the perfect place. We can't wait for some more breaking great news.
When I arrived here, I met a cyclist. He was an ex-pro cyclist, and he had a big accident here in Italy when he raced, and he was declared dead on the scene. And they got him back, and he was in hospital and in a coma, and I don't know for how long. And he was told never to do sports again or be on a bike. And he is attempting next week 1,000 kilometers, 10,000 meters of climbing in 48 hours non-stop. I've been cycling with him in the week. Such a passionate cyclist, sportsman, one I look up to, and that just made me think that he's doing this challenge to show people that what he can do after he's been told that he can't. And what I'm doing next year, I'm going to be planning around this time next year on a tandem to cycle from Geneva, Switzerland, over the Alps into France and finish in Le Cizé, 600 kilometers non-stop on a tandem bicycle, and for a cause and raise awareness of obese and overweight teenagers.
Wow! So this is amazing. And is this part of your the Champion League's program?
That is exactly part. It will be on the website soon because I'm going to be starting to plan this in the next month. It's going to take a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, organizing, and I've got all the support here from the French people that I've met here to set up this challenge. And yeah, it will be on the website, and it's going to be all just part of the Champions League to show people what, because I bet what I've heard and what we've been researched, it's never been done to do it on a tandem over the Alps. It's going to be how many thousand meters of climbing and non-stop. And yeah, just to show that your body can do anything once you set your mind to it.
Wow, Caspar, thank you. I'm so grateful you are sharing with us. And I hope during your next show, you will be able to tell us more, and maybe our listeners will decide to get engaged into your mission and become part of it, join you.
Yes, exactly.
So Caspar, from what I see, life is taking you to the next level, and you are soon to be in top of the world, cycling through the Alps, and taking with you all those dreams of people who had no idea they could dream, and they could have big dreams, because everything is possible. And certainly being part of the Champions League, your program, is one chance when your dream could be turned into a vision, and that vision could be simply become your own reality. From both of us, until next time, is goodbye.
Thank you very much, Marina. Until next time, goodbye.